Greetings to everyone. This is Dr. Ghulam Muhyiddin Sheikh, Assistant Professor Kashmiri, DDC Sumbal, JNK. As a requirement of 16th Faculty Induction Program, I had chosen a story for similar presentation. The story has been written by one of the eminent and prominent novelists of Brazil, namely Paulo Coelho. Before going to the chosen story for presentation, let me remind you all that Paulo Coelho has written so many novels, so many books, like there's a novel called 11 Minutes, The Pilgrimage, Adultery, which was published in 2014. But Paulo Coelho is famous for his first novel, which happened to be the international bestseller, and the title of the novel is The Alchemist, which was published back in 1988. There's a reason why I have chosen Paulo Coelho's story for this presentation. In fact, let me remind you, or let me tell you, the title of my story, the chosen story, is The Story of the Pencil. If you see, in this story, there are two main characters. One is the old grandma, though the name of the character is not mentioned in the story. And the second one is his grandson, a young boy, and the name of this character is not also mentioned. And for a story, it's not necessary that every character is given a name. You can narrate the story in third person narration, we call it literature. So, let me tell you that the story begins with the writing of a letter by the grandma, and the grandson, the boy, is sitting beside her grandmother, and this boy asks a question to his grandmother and says, "Are you writing something about us? Are you writing something about me?" The grandmother stopped writing the letter and replied to the boy, "I am writing about you, actually. But more important than the words is the pencil I am using for writing." And this sentence of the grandma, kind of surprised this boy, and he replied, "It didn't seem to me any special pencil. It is similar as the pencils I have ever seen." But the grandma has also wished that this boy will become like a pencil when he grows up. After listening to the reply of the boy, like that this pencil is not a special one, it is similar to the rest of the pencils which I have ever seen, the grandma replied to the boy that it depends as how you look upon things. My son, it's a perception of a person, of an individual, of looking into things. It's basically your own perception, how you deal with the things, how you look at the things, and how you interpret the things. So, the grandma told this little boy, which is her grandson, that this pencil has 5 unique, distinctive characters, qualities. And she goes on saying that if you manage to have these 5 qualities, it will make you a person who is always at peace with others. That means if you adopt these 5 qualities of the pencil, you will be kind of a person who is always at peace with not only others but with the rest of the world. So, what's the first quality in the story? The first quality of a pencil is that it enables you to great things. That means it's because of this pencil that you write down your ideas, your feelings, your perception, your outlook. But at the same time, this helps you, it enables you to great things, but you should not forget one thing, that there's a guiding hand which guides you in every step. And we call that guiding hand God. Or we call Allah, Bhagwan, Parmeshwar, Jesus, whatever you call it. But there is a guiding hand which guides us as per His will. So, this is the first. The second important quality of this pencil is that when you write something, you have to stop writing, then sharpen this pencil. While sharpening this pencil with a sharpener, it definitely hurts, affects, gives pain to the or suffering to the pencil. Right? You might have observed when you sharpen a pencil with a sharpener, इसकी जो बॉडी का कुछ हिस्सा है वो जो है ख़त्म होता जा रहा है, उससे obviously इसको तकलीफ पहुंचती है. Same is the case with us human beings. We come across different circumstances, different challenges, different problems in our lives. So here let me remind you that this story is a symbolic kind of a story. The pencil basically symbolizes, reflects the bitter reality of human life. इसलिए तो अल्लामा इकबाल ने भी अपने शेर में कहा था, तुंदिए बादी मुखालिफ से न घबराए को, ये तो चलती है तुझे ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए. दैट मीन्स जो आपकी लाइफ में जो प्रॉब्लम्स आती है, जो मुश्किलात आती है, अगर आपको उन्हें टैकल करना आ जाए, अगर आप उनको जो है सब्र और बर्दाश्त के साथ उन पे काबू पाएंगे, उससे आपको जो है आपकी जो ज़िंदगी है वो संवर जाएगी और आप एक अच्छे इंसान बन सकते हो. द थर्ड क्वालिटी एज पर the story of the pencil is that this pencil, to my understanding, this is the best quality of the of human beings which should be there, which is reflected, which is symbolized in the pencil, is that this pencil allows us to erase the mistakes, the writings which we write, the mistakes we make while writing. It allows us to rub and correct the mistakes. That means in our lives, if we want to become good human beings, we need to avail this opportunity. We need to erase our faults, the bad qualities, bad deeds which we have. So that will help us to become good human beings. That can lead us to the road to the just. The number 4 is the physique of this pencil. What matters is not the wooden exterior of this pencil. आपने देखा होगा कि पेंसिल के अंदर एक लीड होती है, उससे आप लिखते हैं. कहते हैं कि ये जो शार्पनर है, आप इसके एक्सटीरियर को मत देखिए, इसके अंदर जो ख़जाना है उसको देखिए. दैट मीन्स कि एक इंसान जो है उसको अपना अंदरून जो है उसको ठीक करना चाहिए. बैरून ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. Internal feelings, thoughts towards your fellow beings, that's very important. इसलिए एक उर्दू शायर ने कहा है कि अपने मन में डूबकर पा जा सुरागे ज़िंदगी. इंटीरियर जो आपका है, जो आपका अंदरून है, वो माने रखता है, जिस तरह पेंसिल का जो अंदरून है वो माने रखता है. Finally, the 5th one is that a pencil, it leaves a mark. जब आप कुछ चीज़ लिखते हैं, इस पेंसिल से एक मार्क छोड़ जाता है. So we all need to live a life which has good imprints, which has a mark on the other's life, which will influence others. कहते हैं ना कि मंजिल की जस्तजू में क्यों फिर रहा है राही, इतना अजीम बन जा कि मंजिल तुझे पुकारे. So these were the 5 qualities of a pencil which have been mentioned in the story. So what I could, as I told you that this is a symbolic kind of a story. तो कुछ चीज़ें जो हैं हमने इससे अखज़ करी है, वो ये हैं कि You need to do great things in your life. You need to believe that there is somebody who is the survivor, creator of this world, जिसको God कहा गया है story में. And one important thing, we must be always ready to improve, to erase our mistakes. And fourth thing is that you should always listen to your heart. You should focus on your interior. And the last thing, the fifth one is that you should always do good things so that there's an impression upon others. जिस तरह एक पेंसिल जो है अपनी छाप छोड़ देता है, उसी तरह आपने एक ऐसी ज़िंदगी गुजारनी है जो औरों की छाप छोड़ जाए, जो औरों के लिए मसला राह बने, जो औरों के लिए मिसाल बने. ये स्टोरी पढ़ के मुझे लगा कि अगर हमारे छात्र जो है या हम सब मिलके जो हैं इन 5 चीज़ों को अपनाएंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि इट विल हेल्प अस टू बिकम गुड ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, to have a better society, to have a society wherein everyone is at peace with others. So I think this is all I have come from this story. Thank you very much. Thank you.